Hi everyone, my name is Donnie Lowy. I'm here at Closeoutexplosion.com. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Today I'd like to share with you a really good tip for your business, and that is you can increase your business by setting up an outlet center. You could either expand physically, meaning rent another additional space, which will be your outlet center, maybe build a space outdoors where you're going to have your outlet center where the merchandise is going to be sold, at a lower price. You rent a separate store completely, which is next to your currently existing store, or you devote space in your existing business to the outlet center format. Now, what is an outlet center? An outlet center, as you might very well know, is a location where merchandise is sold at closeout prices. It's sold below the regular retail prices. There are two reasons why you should consider having an outlet center. Reason number one, you could have an opportunity, an outlet for selling closeout merchandise. So you could look for additional merchandise that's different from the merchandise that you regularly carry or complementary to the merchandise that you carry, meaning the same type of merchandise, but you're buying it as closeout, so it'll be slightly different than what you regularly carry, or merchandise that customers that already buy your merchandise might like as well, or even just merchandise that's completely different that could still appeal to your customers. And what could happen, so your customers come there, they go to the outlet center, they like what you have for sale, they buy it, and hopefully make a good amount of money. And the second option is, the second possibility, I should say better, is that someone comes to your outlet center and they're attracted to your outlet center. They might look through the stuff, they might come to buy stuff from the outlet center at a future date, but once they come to your location because they were attracted due to the outlet merchandise that you have, they will then buy your regular price merchandise. So let's just make an example, right? I have a wholesale business over here, and as you can see, I'm in my section where I have all my brand name dresses. So let's say this was a store for a minute. So over here, I have my full price dresses: Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, Nine West, Tommy Hilfiger, and there's another rack you can see over there. So that corner would be my outlet center, and at that outlet center, I would have. Also, I could have either brand name dresses or I could have fashion dresses. I could have any dresses that I buy as a closeout and sell those dresses at half the price that I sell my regular dresses at. Now, as long as customers could clearly see, and this is very important, they could clearly see that there's a difference in the selection of your outlet center than in your regular section, it's going to be okay, because you don't want to cannibalize your own business. What do I mean by that? Let's say a customer comes to your store and they're used to buying dresses at $100 a dress, and they're happy and they buy a dress from you every week or so. Fine, right? It's good. Now they come and they see dresses in your outlet center for only $50. What's going to happen? They're going to say, wait a second, it's the same dresses. Why should I buy them for $100? I'll buy them for $50. So therefore, you want to have different types of dresses by your outlet center. You want to have different type of merchandise than the regular stuff that you sell. Now, another thing also, right, is it has to still be merchandise that people are excited about, that they want to buy, because you want to use outlet center to attract customers. Once they come into your business, whether they buy your regular merchandise, your closeout merchandise, as long as you're making money on the merchandise, you should be happy. Okay, how do you get outlet merchandise? So I'm going to give you a few different ideas. Number one is you could go online, go to different wholesale websites, see what closeout merchandise they have available. You're welcome to shop through my website, Closeoutexplosion.com, and there are many wholesalers online. Another option is you go to wholesale and closeout warehouses. I have a warehouse also. You're welcome to come here. I'm located here in Brooklyn, New York, at 183 Lorraine Street. So you go to warehouses, see what they have available. Another option is you could go to fashion showrooms and ask them for any closeout merchandise that they might have, any excess merchandise. You could also call brands directly and find out if they have any canceled orders. What do I mean by that? So, let's say Calvin Klein had an order from Macy's for 10,000 dresses, and Macy's cancels that order. Now Calvin Klein has to find a way to sell those dresses. So you can make an offer for those dresses. If 10,000 dresses if that quantity is too large for you, that's okay. Offer to buy a smaller quantity, a smaller portion of those dresses, or just look for closeouts that fit realistically your budget. Calvin Klein might want to sell in a very large volume, but maybe there's an up-and-coming brand that would be happy to sell in a lower quantity, a smaller quantity. Maybe you could find, a designer in your area. That's also a good idea. You could call designers and find out if they have any excess merchandise, canceled orders, overproduction. Another way to get closeouts is to contact factories and find out if they have canceled orders, or just find out if they produce, too much merchandise, because maybe they were expecting many orders to come in. Those orders didn't come in, so they produced that excess merchandise. If you buy from a factory, if you buy actually from anyone, always make sure the merchandise is authentic, it's licensed, and that the seller is allowed to sell you that merchandise. So, in other words, if you're buying a brand name, make sure it's licensed, make sure it's authentic, and that the seller has the right to sell it to you, and that you can buy it. You don't want to go to a factory that produces dresses for Ralph Lauren and buy those dresses directly from the factory, unless you have permission from Ralph Lauren to buy those dresses. The factory might, in fact, they might have permission, they might have an order from Ralph Lauren to produce those dresses, but chances are Ralph Lauren doesn't want those dresses being sold to anyone else. All right. Now, why would they have those dresses? They might have just made too many. They might have had a canceled order, or I don't know, they produced more because they want to have more dresses available for the next order that Ralph Lauren is going to give them. Another way to get closeouts, and you could go, actually, it's interesting because you could do this pretty much wherever there's a good retail market. I mean, wherever there's many stores, shopping malls, outlets. You could go into stores, look for items on clearance, look for big sales, try to get additional coupons so that you could get an additional sale, and you buy the merchandise. And if you buy it low enough, you should be able to sell it at a decent markup at your store. All right. Eventually, I think the outlet business is a great idea. And eventually, if you can, you could even rent, a standalone business, which is an outlet by itself. And, if you're familiar with many of the retailers in New York, but it's Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, they're essentially outlets. Or if you go to Woodbury Commons is essentially an outdoor mall of outlet stores. So I do believe there's a very good market for outlets, but I also believe there's a very good market for branded stores, for stores that sell merchandise, up-to-date merchandise, the latest merchandise, or very current merchandise, or just simply, desirable merchandise at the regular or close to the full price. Why? Because customers want up-to-date merchandise. Some customers don't want to go through racks and racks at an outlet. You can imagine a TJ Maxx or Marshall's, how overwhelming it could be. Some customers want to come to a store where it's easy to find stuff and the store has the actual merchandise that they need. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope to see you soon. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. Have an amazing day, and thank you for watching.